Fourth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now.
Hart's doing it all. He's got 17 points, and he's got 9 points from behind the arc.
Yeah, that's been an important part of his game today. He's made his open looks.
San Antonio's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Down low, it's Duncan and Splitter. Parker and Danny Green are your 1 and your 2. And it's Leonard in at the 3. That's the San Antonio 5. From the sideline, let's catch up with Doris Burns.
Well, guys, Coach Greg Popovich, the reigning coach of the year, a big part of his approach is empowering players. He says, quote, it's a player's game, and they've got to take charge. Rather than try to manipulate them, he said, it's a great feeling when players get together and do things as a group. Kevin?
Thanks, Doris.
You know, giving his players room to lead and allowing them to take ownership, I think that's part of the genius of Popovich.
Here's Beverly following the basket by Tim Duncan. Beverly dishes to Harden. They set the screen. Outside, Jones. In low to Howard. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Howard's got 8.
No matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball in the paint.
That's been so critical, Clark, because whenever they have gotten the ball into the paint, it's resulted in points, it seems like.
Now, here's Green. 6 points for him. Duncan kicks to Parker. Back to Duncan. And Jones sends it back. It's Harden with the drive. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
James Harden with those rush hour handles, whether it's breaking his man down in isolation or running the pick and roll, he keeps that thing on the string.
And Harden, a left-hander. Defenders tend to have more trouble, it seems, guys, with softballs.
Well, and especially with Harden because of how crafty he is. He's got that Manu Ginobili Euro move, the change of speed, change of direction, and then the strength. That's what separates him. He draws contact and seems to just go right through players.
Both free throws good for James Harden.
Even as the Spurs continue to grow older, it's really hard to write them off. It's incredible how long this team has been ruling the roost in the West and contending for championships.
Now here's Parker. He's got 12. 5 to shoot. Here's Duncan. Oh, yes, the turnaround. Duncan's got 15.
Well, he has shot the ball well, but it has not been contagious. And his teammates, they haven't had the same groove, and that's why we're looking at this result so far.
And guys, if you look at the dominance for the Spurs, they have found younger players like Kawhi Leonard, for instance, Steve, to keep them on top.
Yeah, and then Popovich does such a good job of preserving their veterans, keeping their minutes down and resting them for the playoffs. So Popovich and the Spurs really kind of wrote the book on managing the regular season.
Now here's Parker. Harden missing his last shot. Outside, Green. Parker with a clean look. Cans the shot with nobody near him. Now just a 2-point Houston lead.
Heads up play there, guys, on the assist and the finish.
Timeout called, the Rockets.
Danny Green, a nice find by the Spurs as a 3-and-D role player. The Spurs always seem to find those kind of guys. A mid-second round pick was Green. He got waived by the Cavs, spent some time playing abroad. Now he holds the record for three-pointers made in the finals.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Guys, thank you. I got a chance to hear what Greg Popovich was saying to his team. He said making sharp entry feeds, getting the ball into the post, and getting points on the low block is going to be critical the rest of the way. He said also that their offense needs to be a patient one. He told them, don't rush things. Use as much of that shot clock as you need to. Those could prove to be crucial changes to their strategy with this game getting ready to enter the stretch drive, Kevin.
Thanks a lot, Doris. Here's Parker, following the score by Houston. Now Splitter. He kicks it to Green. Shoots. That one rolling around and rims out. And for Danny Green, guys, a quality defender at either wing position. And, you know, Steve, as you like to say, a floor spacer offensively.
That's right. Two-way guys, Kevin. Two-way players. That's what the playoffs are all about. You think about the success Green has had the last couple of seasons, defending star players at one end, knocking down big threes at the other. Wow, what a player he's become.
Well, you know, Dwight Howard has gone through his share of nicknames over the years, and some of his names have been self-imposed. But Coach Kevin McHale has taken to calling him Big Horse. And I'm not sure. We'll see if that one catches on.
Steve, what do you think of that nickname, Big Horse, for Howard? That do anything for you?
Not really, Kevin. In fact, it's the first time I've ever heard of it. I just prefer to think of him as Dwight Howard. Does that do anything for you?
No. As you would expect from Steve, ever the straight guy.
So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe.
It's been a nice game for Howard. 9 points and 1 steal. He's been their leader, stirring the drink at the offensive end and then anchoring the defense.
Well, it's a good example, Clark, of how you set the table for the rest of your teammates. He's really brought focus and energy to this game.
Rockets leading by 3. Now here's Beverly. He's got 7. He dishes it to Harden. Howard in the post. He makes the Johnny from the left block. Howard's got 5 points in the quarter. For San Antonio, they've gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. Parker with it. He's got 16. Duncan kicks to Splitter. Good D by Jones.
I like the work there, contesting that shot that looked like it was going to be easy, but they forced the miss.
You know what? He got it in close, but couldn't finish in traffic.
Here's Harden. Another shot on the basket by Jones. Jones has got 9 points.
Did you see the defense get caught standing around that time, giving up an easy second chance bucket?
Simply need more of an effort on the boards there, Steve.
Now here's Leonard. Here's Duncan. Sinks it from just inside the baseline. He's got 17.
Yeah, he's been the key cog in their offense with the way he shot the ball.
His percentage today beyond impressive. Certainly not his fault the score is what it is.
Harden against Green. And Harden gets it to go in on the assist by Howard. 21 points for James Harden.
They've got to continue to put pressure on the defense by probing inside. That's what's really working for them.
And when you're doing the job they are inside, it takes pressure off the perimeter guys.
It'll go. The Rocket lead is cut back down again to 5. The basket that time coming from Splitter.
You got to love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of grinded-out physical game.
Yeah, that was your game, Clark. Pound it inside and take the ball right to the defense.
That's what I tried to do, man. I knew my limitations.
Now, here is Harden. 21 points in the game. Reza. And the 3 off target. The Spurs have gone 6 of 10 from the field in the third quarter. Parker passes to Leonard. Duncan at the elbow. Leonard sets a screen for Duncan. 6 to shoot. It's rebounded by Houston. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Beverly dishes to Howard. Ariza outside. Now here's Beverly, covered by Parker. It's stolen by Green. The feed now to Parker. Back to Green. It's up a three. It's rebounded by Houston. Howard's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Jones with the screen on Parker. Harden kicks to Jones. Pass to Harden. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Well, Dwight Howard, one of the more criticized stars over the past few seasons. He says he's motivated by his critics, and he's had more than a few. Howard playing with a chip on his shoulder. He feels he has a lot to prove.
And for Dwight in Orlando, I think he might have done some things differently, but Los Angeles was a tough situation, not really of his making. That was created by external forces, I think. And once he did decide to leave, it got worse and really was beyond his control in many ways. His toughness was questioned. His basketball IQ kind of became a personal attack on him, which wasn't quite fair. It's a little bit, I can understand why he might hold a grudge.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. Boris Diaw's checked in for Duncan. And it's Ginobili in for Green. And for Dwight Howard, there are always going to be ruffled feathers when you leave a city behind. Certainly, and that was the case in Orlando and Los Angeles.
Yeah, and there may have been some indecision as well that led to that media frenzy. The story just wouldn't go away. But I think in the end, he ended up exactly where he needed to be, with an up-and-coming team, in a good city, in a comfortable environment with a good young talent base around him.
Now here's Ginobili. He has 5. Parker kicks to Ginobili. The pass to Diaw. It's hauled in by Beverly. Beverly's got his 4th rebound in this one. In low to Howard. Kicks it to Ariza. A shot by Harden. Wide open. Drains it from beyond the arc. Harden's got the lead up to 9 now for the Rockets.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
Diaw, the screen, and Ginobili. Here we go. Leonard kicks to Ginobili. 5 on the clock. There's the bucket. Good. Ginobili's got 7 points.
Well, we've seen that more than a few times. An easy bucket in the lane.
Yeah, the interior defense simply has been lifeless.
Harden kicks to Beverly. Takes the 3. And Splitter pulls it down. Spurs trail by 7. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Parker passes to Splitter. Here's Harden on the wing. He's covered by Leonard. Harden kicks to Beverly. Back to Harden. Inside. Here's Ariza. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. 16 points for Ariza. Spurs have gotten half their shots to drop in the second half up to this point, going 7 of 14. Parker dishes to Diaw. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Boris Diaw was more aggressive looking for his offense last season, and he's got a lot of it. I thought he shot the ball extremely well. Excellent percentages both from the field, 2-point range, and long range.
And Diaw last season averaging around 9 points a game. That represented a major uptick in his score.
Yeah, and it's really not about his scoring either, as you know, Kevin. I mean, he's a guy who can beat you in a lot of different ways. Terrific passer. Perfect in that San Antonio offense because of his ability to see the floor and pick the defense apart.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. Bellinelli comes in for Leonard. And it's Mills in for Tony Parker. The Rockets also changing it up. Daniels, he's checked in for Harden. And it's Isaiah Cannon in for Patrick Beverly. Good on the second free throw.
Boris Diaw, pretty unique player in the NBA. Came into the league as a passing point forward, but became a small forward and then really a 4. But he's a crafty passer and he can score a little bit from the outside. Very difficult player to guard.
Now here's Ariza. and he can't extend the lead to double digits.
Yeah, he's surprised he didn't make that one because he had a pretty clean look at the hoop.
Here is Splitter. He has 6. Ginobili with a screen on Ariza. That's a 2 from Bellinelli, and Jones pulls it down. Jones has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. And you look at Diaw playing the 4. Some have criticized his conditioning, but he has the size to hold his ground, that's for sure, on the low block.
Yeah, you can't move him out of there. He's a good post defender because he's strong and smart. Not as good moving in space, though. Lacks a little lateral quickness. And he's a below-average rebounder, so it's good to pair him with somebody that does glass eating.
Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Hey, Kevin. Well, Boris Diaw grew up idolizing Magic Johnson and obsessed with passing. And close friend Tony Parker said he didn't care about stats. He was always so unselfish. After being waived by Charlotte for refusing to score more points, Diaw has found a fit with the Spurs. He said, quote, "It was always the team that made the most sense." Kevin?
He had Tony there telling him about their philosophy, Doris. What a great run. What a great run. Thank you. Here's Kanan. He feeds it to Daniels. There's the dish to Cannon. Ariza has the open look. Nailed from three-point land. Ariza's got the lead up to 9 now for Houston. The Spurs shooting 47% since getting things started in the third quarter. 46 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Ginobili outside. Diaw, the pass to Ginobili. Clock at 4. The 11-footer, and he gets the bucket. Ginobili's got 4 points now in the quarter.
You know, it wouldn't be a bad idea to put an extra body on him, get some help when he barrels his way in close. He's such a good finisher. He needs more than one guy to defend him.
The basket by Kanan. So it's San Antonio now. They trail by 9 points. And Mills kicks to Diaw. Banked in off the glass. Diaw's got 7.
You can see that they're not as aggressive from the three-point arc. They had far more attempts in the first half.
Screen by Howard. It's Ariza on the wing. Feeds it to Cannon. Jacks up a 3. No luck. Puts up the prayer. Off on that one. And we've reached the end of the third. Rockets ahead, up 7. Live from the AT&T Center in San Antonio, you're watching 2K Sports. And so here is Houston. So on the floor for Houston, Terrence Jones is down low with Howard. Then it's Trevor Ariza. Then there's Isaiah Cannon, and it's Daniels in at the shooting guard position. Pass to Jones. 6 on the shot clock. Can't get it to go. Nice D from Duncan. Spurs trail by 7. And here's Mills. Pass to Bellinelli. Dishes to Duncan. To the left side wing. Ginobili kicks to Bellinelli. This one for 3, and that one's good. Bellinelli's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Spurs.
Confident and composed on the three-point shot at a critical juncture. Clutch.
Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. The feed now to Howard. The 8-footer, and that one's good. And the Rockets lead by 6.
And now both of these clubs really in a groove here.
Already a high-scoring game, but it has become an offensive showcase down the stretch.
Now Mills. He kicks it to Duncan. Rockets with the rebound. Howard's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Here's Kanan. He dishes it to Ariza. Pass to Howard. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. And now an 8-point Rocket lead.
You know, they've been able to depend on his offense all game long, guys. He's drained a lot of shots out here.
And between now and the horn, Steve, the ball should be in his hands as much as possible if they want to continue to build this lead.
Duncan misses.
Tough D on the inside.
Put up a roadblock, a construction barrel right there. That's what he brings defensively.
Jones drives in, and it's Houston with another.
Those defenders look like they're out of gas. I mean, they're getting pushed around on the low block.
Well, their energy is lacking. They've got to start playing harder and battle down in the paint.
Now here's Duncan. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. And Bellinelli kicks to Mills. Drills it from outside.
Back-to-back threes for him. Defense is slacking off a little.
It does look like their energy is lacking at this point.
Screen by Howard. Kanan kicks to Daniels. Beyond the arc. That drops. Daniels has got the lead up to 10 now for the Rockets.
How about that for a response?
He will say they can give the three as well as they can take the three.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. The short rest, very important, and one of the benefits of this part of the game is getting on the same page with your team while having the chance to hydrate with Gatorade. Replenish your energy for the late game push.
And refocus, Kevin. You got to take care of your body, and I think we ought to drink some Gatorade here, too. I thought I noticed some slip-ups here the last couple minutes from your end on the play-by-play.
Kawhi Leonard is checked in for San Antonio. Parker comes in for Patty Mills. And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Greg Popovich coaching his team during that last break. They're getting outshot from the perimeter. He told them, we've got to close out faster on the outside shooters. These threes are killing us. Kevin, can they tighten their D?
All right, Doris. Ginobili against Harden. The pass to Howard. That is good. Howard's got 6 points in the quarter.
That's right where they wanted to go with the ball on that possession.
Spurs trail by 10. Parker outside. Kicks it to Ginobili. He feeds it to Diaw. Now the dish to Leonard. And it's San Antonio with another.
That's what has to happen if they're going to turn this thing around. He's got to take charge. He's got to be aggressive and really look to push here offensively.
Now, here is Harden. Jones sets the pick for Harden. Kicks it out to Ariza. Here's the three. And he gets it to go. Ariza's got 22 points.
That's his second three-pointer of the half and his third overall.
Parker outside. Diaw, the screen. That's good. The Houston lead is cut down now to just 9 in the basket from Tony Parker.
There you go. This is the time to get aggressive. Get to the basket, draw fouls, stop the clock, try to complete a comeback.
Harden dishes to Howard. From 11 feet away, the rebound by the Spurs.
He's one guy the defense is not afraid to leave open from that range, and for obvious reasons.
Parker kicks to Leonard, fires the three, and it's good on the assist by Parker. Parker's got assist number 8 here in this one already. Houston leading by 6. Harden outside. Ariza passes to Jones. Back to Ariza. Feeds to Harden. Can't get it to go. And it's the Spurs taking it the other way. To the middle. Here's Leonard, and he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he picks the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
And those could be an important 2 points, too, guys, in a close game like this one.
Now here's Howard, and the shot is good. Howard's got 19 points.
He is setting this place on fire, fellas. His shooting has been off the charts.
Parker, right side. Ginobili up top. Lets it go. Ariza with the rebound. The Rockets have gone 7 of 10 shooting the ball since the start of the fourth quarter. And Beverly kicks to Ariza. Pass to Howard. And it comes off the front of the rim.
Difficult shot from mid-range, and the defense was all over him.
Boy, I like the close out there, Steve. Well done.
Parker kicks to Duncan. Duncan left side. 13 feet away. That falls. Nice feed that time for Manu Ginobili. And that's 19 points for Tim Duncan. Now here's Beverly, covered by Parker. And Boris Diaw picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Splitters checked in for Boris Diaw. Now here's Howard. It's Harden with the drive.
He's done a much better job of getting to the line here. Aggressively taking it inside and not shying away from contact. I thought he was settling a bit in the first.
Guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for the Rockets?
Boy, their passing has been picturesque, a thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
And another thing that's obviously helped them here, guys, is how hot they've been from the three-point line. They've been on fire.
Harden hits them both.
And at the free throw line, it's all about consistency with him. Same routine, same stroke.
Parker outside. Here's Duncan. Another one falls for San Antonio.
You gotta love the use of the bounce pass there. Perfect feed.
Rockets leading by 4. And Beverly kicks to Howard. Passes it to Ariza. Harden outside. Here's Jones. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And the Rockets lead by 6.
Well, they were sleeping on defense. The defense really didn't do its job. I mean, a little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint. That's costly.
Well, and at this stage of such a tight game, I think this is when tired legs start to show. And the defense can become vulnerable in the low block. Well, this quarter has gone awfully well for him. It seems like every chance he's gotten, he's pretty much converted.
Now a timeout called by Houston.
Well, for Tim Duncan with age, the Spurs have looked to reduce his minutes load during the regular season. But when he's on the court, he remains as efficient as ever.
Howard with it. Jones sets the pick for Howard. Harden dishes to Ariza. Harden with it. Leonard picks him up. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's Beverly missing.
And Duncan last season averaging close to a double-double in less than 30 minutes a game, as dominant on the glass as ever. Tim Duncan.
Now here's Duncan. Parker kicks to Duncan. Spurs working the ball around now. Ginobili against Harden. And the shot is good. And you take a look at Tim Duncan's rebounding, Steve. moving into the top 5 in career double-doubles.
Yeah, he just passed Karl Malone and the great Bill Russell. So Duncan just continues this late career renaissance. His play has just been spectacular the last few years.
Ginobili outside. Dishes it to Leonard. Fires from deep. That shot's good on the assist by Ginobili. Ginobili's got 4 assists in the game. Houston in the lead. And here's Beverly. Screened by Howard. And it's Ariza in the corner. And there's the feed to Beverly. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark.
He's not exactly striping them from deep. He had 1 3-ball in the first half. Still bageled in the second.
Ginobili the pass to Splitter. Leonard on the wing. He kicks it to Ginobili. Shot clock at 6. And the Spurs scoring again. Clark and Steve, neither team with a big advantage here in the fourth quarter.
5 times we've had the lead switch so far. I mean, back and forth we go.
And I think that total could rise, Clark, because 2 evenly matched teams playing a tough game.
Here is Harden. Over in the corner, Beverly. Parker with the steal. Leonard on the wing. Parker kicks to Duncan. Parker outside. Outside Leonard. 6 to shoot. Parker drives in. Misses from close range.
Well, he won't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions here.
There's 57 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Here's Harden on the wing. And as it goes out of bounds, Houston able to keep the ball. Two seconds left. It's in! Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. They're behind by 1. 43 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Seconds left in the fourth quarter. Parker dishes to Ginobili. Connects!
Ginobili is out for bucket. You can see it in his eye.
Houston's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Parker kicks to Ginobili. Now Harden. Here's Beverly. Yes! And the foul. Tim Duncan picks one up.
Huge points. That's beyond huge, Steve. I mean, they needed that bucket desperately.
Those are some big-time heroics at the strikes. A little bit of defense, and they can put this one in the win column.
San Antonio calls timeout. They trail by 2. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter. We've got 22 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Stolen by Harden, and so they choose to intentionally foul.
But you do what you have to do to extend this game and try to get the ball back.
In this situation, clock management crucial.
First free throw is good, and that makes it a 3-point lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Nice work there. Steps up, knocks them down, and makes it a 2-possession game.
Parker outside. The Rockets pull it in.
I like the defense, guys. Really getting a hand up and challenging shots.
Yeah, Steve, lurking on that shot, and that was a tough one.
At the line for the Rockets, James Harden, 2 shots.
First free throw is good, and that puts them up by 5. Second one is good, hitting both at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
No mistakes there. I think you can close the book on this one, guys. It's done.
San Antonio again missing. So we see the Rockets get the win here. It was a solid win, Clark.
Yeah, it was, and I think it came down to will more than skill. They went out and got this one.
And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. Dwight, what a terrific performance, both scoring and rebounding the basketball. What enabled you to have such a major impact tonight?
Just thank God, that I'm healthy and I'm able to do all the things I can do on the floor because of him. So my objective tonight was just to come out and win.
Thank you for the time, sir. Guys, back to you.
Doris, thank you. And for Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, and the rest of our great 2K Sports crew. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for joining us as Jordan presents our player of the game, James.